Hello, students. Myself, Dr. Simi Siddiqui. I will be teaching you chemistry. Now, if I talk about my complete experience, I am having total experience of the 14 years in the field of education. I started my career with the colleges. Later on, I shifted myself to the schools in which I used to take the board classes, and then I shifted myself to the edutech company. So I will be taking the classes of the chemistry based on the NEET preparation. Now, when we are talking about the chemistry, what is the meaning of the word or the subject chemistry? Basically, chemistry is a subject which deals with the properties, compositions, structure of elements and compounds. Besides this, it also deals with that how they can change and the energy is being released or absorbed during any chemical reaction. Now, moving ahead, if we talk about the chemistry, chemistry is a very vast subject. It is divided into a physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. Like, as you all know, that organic chemistry is the branch of a chemistry which deals particularly with the carbon and hydrogen compounds. If we talk about the inorganic chemistry, basically, inorganic chemistry is concerned with the properties and behavior of inorganic compounds. Now, inorganic compounds refers to a compounds other than the compounds having the carbon and the hydrogen. And talking about the physical chemistry, when we're talking about the physical chemistry, basically it is a branch of chemistry which deals with the application of the techniques and theories of physics. Well, in this course of Unacademy, I'll be teaching you inorganic chemistry. So, when we talk about the inorganic chemistry, we are having the total of the 8 units. The first unit is a chemical bonding and the molecular structure. It is a very interesting unit in which we looked at how do the elements form the chemical bonds, what is their structure, and all. Approximately, this unit is going to take us around 10 hours, in which we will be covering the complete concepts of this chapter as well as the PYQs. Then, looking towards the periodic table and periodicity in properties. Again, it is a very interesting chapter in which we are going to read about the complete periodic table, the distribution of the elements, and the different properties trends. And it is going to take around 8 hours. Then we have the S block elements, means now we are going to divide the complete periodic table into the different blocks. S block is a quite small chapter, but it is again a very interesting unit. So it is going to take around 5 hours. P block elements, P block is a very vast chapter because the complete P block means about a 50% of your periodic table. So it is going to take around 12 hours. Then we have the D and F block elements. The D and F block elements means the transition or the inner transition elements. Again, it is going to take around the 8 hours. Then coordination compound is also going to take the 8 hours. If we talk about the hydrogen, again, it is a very small unit and we are going to cover within the 3 hours. And the last unit is the isolation of elements, in which we are going to study about that how we can extract the elements from their ores. So basically this particular unit is going to take about the 6 hours. Now, these hours which we have calculated, it is not the hours in which we are going to do the complete content. Basically, these are the hours in which we are going to read about the concepts. Besides that, in the remaining hours from out of the 100 hours, we are going to do the PYQs. We are going to focus more on practicing the question and the different techniques and the tricks to solve the questions easily. So from here, I just want to introduce a small concept to related to this inorganic chemistry from the chapter periodic table and periodicity in properties. Now, the very first thing comes that is the atomic radius. That what is the atomic radius? Basically, when we talk about the atomic radius, it is a typical distance between the atom center of the nucleus to the boundary of the surrounding of electrons. Basically, if you look this right hand side diagram, I'm having the two atoms. Now one atom is this, let's mark it as a A, and another one is the B. Now, if I look over here, they are being joined. So if I look over here, the distance from this nucleus center to up to this outermost electron, if is present over here, this is going to called as a atomic radii. Okay. Now, this atomic radius, it could be of the three types, we can say the metallic radius, covalent radius, and ionic radius. Now, if we are talking about the covalent radius means what? It is basically a distance between two atoms when they are bound together by a single bond. Basically, as we all know that the covalent radius means the atoms are being joined by the sharing of the electrons. So, like if we are having this atom A and atom B, so when they are bonded by a single bond, the distance between the this from this center up to here, it is going to call as a covalent radius. We can say a covalent radius is defined as the half of the distance between the center of the nuclei of the two atoms. Then the next one is a metallic radius. Now metallic radius means again it is the half of the distance between the nuclei of two metals atoms. In a metallic structure. Then next we have the ionic radius. Now ionic radius means that we are going to have the cation and the anion. Now when we are talking about the ionic radius, it means what? The distance between the nuclei of the cation and the anion is going to called as a ionic radius. Now let's talk about the trend. Now, when we are talking about top to bottom means we are talking about the group. And when we are talking about left to right means that we are talking about the period. Now, moving top to bottom, what happens that the atomic radius increases. Now, the reason behind is what? If we look about the hydrogen, its atomic number is going to be the 1. Lithium, its atomic number is going to be the 3. Sodium, its atomic number is going to be 11. Now, if we look the electronic configuration, it is the 1s1. Now, in this case, it is the 1s2, 2s1. In the case of sodium, it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Now, if you observe, as we are moving top to bottom, there is the increment in the number of the principal shell. As there is the increment in the number of the principal shell, therefore the size, the radius of the atom is going to increase. But if you're talking about the period, now say suppose if we take this sodium, it is 11, magnesium, it is 12, aluminum, it is 13. Now looking towards the configuration, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. Now, if you observe over here, what is happening? The atomic number is increasing, but the electron is entering in the same principal shell. There is no increment in the principal shell. So the basic concept is what is happening over here. The effective nuclear charge is increasing. When the effective nuclear charge is increasing, it is attracting the electron towards, or you can say, the inward direction, because of which the size is decreasing. Therefore, the simply what we say, that moving top to bottom, atomic radii increases, and moving left to right, the atomic radius decreases. So this was about the small concept of the periodic classification, that is the atomic radius. More we are going to study in this session. Thank you. Good day.